We're interested in a very external focus in the schools, engaging deeply with our community, so industry, government organisations, community organisations in the Western Sydney area, to work on research projects in a collaborative way.
So that you have a bit of an understanding about, from a student's perspective, it's a wonderful learning process. What I tend to do is to effectively take them out of the university setting, the school setting, that wonderful comfort zone, and expose them to issues when they work in applied finance as financial analysts, or they work as economists in economic development unit. I had a meeting with the New South Wales Fire Brigade. I was then invited to do a very small study to do an evaluation of a pilot program, which was an early intervention program for households that are at risk of harm, at risk of a fire effectively. And they were able to sort of map out which households by addresses are likely to, or very high probability of having fire. So they said, instead of just waiting to pull out bodies, we will actually go in, do a door knock, and offer this program, which is effectively a home safety check.
The research that we've been doing with Kathy Tanos and her students has been beneficial in that it's proven that home fire safety checks has been effective and efficient. We've had a skills transfer between her and her students and us. We know now how to evaluate better, and I think the large data sets that we've got from our research has benefited her as well. So it's been a two-way street.
The result of that particular study was that program was nominated for the Premier's Award for Better Safety in New South Wales. In addition to that program is now part of what the Fire and Rescue itself has committed to for the next 4 years.
The research is now ongoing. We're expanding it. We're excited about a project which we call the Cost of Fire Injury Project. That's looking at the cost of fire injuries and their impact upon the health sector, the community and us. So this is going to be, I think, groundbreaking work and a world's first.
I've had a long-standing interest in women and the labour market, with a particular interest in gender pay equity. But gender pay equity in Australia has a persistent sort of problem, and that is the persistent nature of the gender pay gap. So the gap in earnings between women and men has held at around sort of 17-18% since mid-1980s now. For a full-time employee, that's about $277 per week. Clearly our research is directed to understanding some part of that. It's uneven across industry and occupation, and the earnings gap is most apparent among high-income earners. Clearly, organisations who are working very hard to address the gender pay gap, and Western Sydney University is proudly an employer of choice and working hard to maintain that particular classification. What we'd like to see is our students going out into industry with a sense of what contributes to the gender pay gap.
The students, and because they've got the fresh eyes and the young minds, they've come up with some amazing recommendations that have blown me out of the water, let alone my industry partners.